a quick overview of his normals. Jab, fast for max. Crouching jab, also fast. Crouching jab cancels into stuff. Stuff being down forward C, which is your combo starter, and a general good poke. Crouching C has auto guard, also cancels into stuff. Close C, 2 hits, both hits cancel into stuff. The auto guard moves: stand C, crouch C, stand D, and standing CD. This is gonna have him do the old Lisa Simpson kick, just so I can show you something with the auto guard. There you go. Have him play that back. Man, fuck that poke. There you go. If you guys heard the come on, that's my text message. There you go. That's probably a better poke. Yeah, fuck you, auto guard, homie. Hit confirms. Alright, stop doing that. So, you can see on the auto guard moves, you can just let them rock as normal, or if you want, you can cancel the auto guard frames into specials. Like so! Yay, I don't have to do that again. You saw it. Keep that in mind. It's not that great. It has really fucking niche uses, but it exists. So there might be an instance where you can make the most out of it. So it is really important that you know this shit is there. Like it might win you Evo one day. You don't fucking know. Just keep it in mind. So the other things to note are his lows, which are a little lacking, but this one in particular is kind of shitty. You can get 3 of them. It doesn't cancel anything, but you can do crouching B into crouching A and then down forward C. There you go. See, check that out. He has a low threat into a combo. It does work mid-screen. And you get 200 damage, which is really fucking good for no meter spent and a low confirm. His sweep hits really fucking far. So you can do poke strings where you just kind of set them away from you and bait their mashing and just hit them with sweep. They can tech roll it, obviously. But it's good to chase people into the corner. So keep that in mind. And standing CD, you can use the car into that, or into that, and that's really gimmicky. But delaying your Vapor Cannon like that might make it so they jump into the auto guard frames, which we'll get into right now. So A Vapor Cannon will combo off of pretty much anything that's a hard hit. So standing C, both hits. Even the first hit you can do into Vapor Cannon. Crouching, or down forward C I should say. Both. Standing B. The C one is slow as fuck and it's not going to combo off of anything on the ground. So as you can see there, it doesn't. But while this one is fast, this one has auto guard on it. A1 doesn't have any at all. So the auto guard on this can be used to bait standing attacks on the ground and just kind of punish them. Bam! Just deck them in the face. Get those feets out of here, homie. Fuck your shoes. And so forth. What's really cool is if you get a counter hit with this thing, that's where the fun starts. So either A or C on counter hit will get you a wall bounce. And wall bounces get you a shit ton of damage for no resources spent. That combo is a little weirder to do. I'm just gonna wait as long as possible. But you can do this afterwards, which is cool. So instead of running up, you can just use the D version of the run grab to kind of move yourself in. And since they don't tech roll the Vapor Cannon, it's just free meter while you get in. The EX version of the Vapor Cannon, even without a counter hit, will always wall bounce. And it's fast as fuck, so you can confirm this off of jabs. There you go, 3 hits. And since you get the wall bounce, 1 meter spent, pretty good, about third health. So 30% there. And then you have the air Vapor Cannon, which is the same motion in the air quarter circle back. I don't think there's a difference between the two. And you can do an instant air Vapor Cannon with the motion of quarter circle back, and it cancels the backdash into an immediate air Vapor Cannon. The EX version, colloquially known around these parts as the God Fist or the God Hand, is basically unfuckwittable. The entire time this thing is active, he can't be beat out of it. It's just going to connect, or it's going to trade, or it's going to clash with invincible frames. There's one move in the game that beats it. There might be 2, but I'll leave that to you to figure out. Otherwise, this thing is not going to fucking lose to anything. Let's see if I can record this. What the fuck is this? Oh, record. Whoops. I can't read. There you go. And recording should be done now. Well, I suck. Let's try this again. Yeah, that shit's tight. If you do it a little deeper, you can get it to where he hits. Or you just get jumping C like me, and you're a fucking idiot. Or you get the regular one, which completely sucks. Wait, what am I doing with that? Yeah, fuck it, this is useless. Should probably just show it with this thing. This is a really common option. Check that out. It's pretty neat. And since you recover before he does, you get to punish him for it. One thing to note, if you do the instant air version with the quarter circle back motion on the EX version, you keep the momentum, whereas the other ones kill your momentum. See, he just drops. This one kind of keeps moving forward, or if you do that one, he flies back a bit. So, if you're trying to jump in on people to bait them to do something, regular jumping's the best way to go. Because if you do this one, you can't really get anything afterwards since you're too far away. But this thing is great for pressuring people and keeping them from doing something stupid. Like, if they try to poke against your jump in, if they try to DP, you get to do this, and since there's so much hit stun on it, if they're on the ground, you can just go into any combo. Or if they're in the air when they do it, like say you play EX Kyo DP or regular Kyo DP, you get to use it as a double starter since you just go into downwards, so you just loop that thing over and over again. Because on a jumping hit, you get jump. Yay! Fat fucking damage, bro. So this is a really key move. And it also has a neat thing that you can go into HD with this while doing the move. So while you jump, you do quarter circle back, A, B, and C. And you get that. So if you know they're going to do something stupid on your way in, you get shit tons of damage for it. That's the 4 meter variation, which gets you 800. which basically fucking kills anybody, assuming you hit them beforehand. That's really cool. You can't go into HD off the low jump variation, unfortunately, which fucking sucks, but it'll be kind of abusive. But it's really cool. You can also cancel into the air vapor cannon from light jump in and the short hop C, which is different than the normal jump C. You can also do that into the EX version. And still combo off of it. It's a gimmicky instant overhead that's not really practical because the vapor cannon doesn't count as a overhead, if I can recall correctly. But this one is pretty good for just starting combos. Now the other specials that he has are the DP grabs. So this does have a bit of auto guard, but it's slow to start up. It's mostly used for combo filler and juggles. Like that. It gives them that knockdown, and you're always going to be at the same range every time when you do it. The EX version is fucking amazing. Because it's fast, it's invulnerable, and it just auto guards everything. And it's also good for juggles. Because you can do drive cancels on the first hit. So this is kind of gimmicky, but it's there. So this thing is another one of those moves that you're going to go to a lot. It's a really good way to spend meter, because if someone's pressuring you, you just fire that thing off, and unless they're like safe jumping it or poking with normals that they can use to cancel into ways to evade it, they're not going to get away from that thing. This is just pretty much going to beat everything or whiff. And on whiff, it's really bad since you're just this big floating robot that's falling down. Sometimes you might get away if they committed to something stupid, but keep that in mind that it's not something you want to whiff, but it's something that's going to make people think twice about getting close to you. The other thing that he has to get people off of him is his command throw. So quarter circle back, or I mean quarter circle, half circle back, either kick. B is a short range instant command throw, so it's like one frame. The D version is the old Maxima Choo Choo. It's slow, but it still does the exact same animation as the other one, which is a wall slam. And it always takes him to the corner, regardless of where you are, which is really fucking important for Max, because any combo you do, if you want better positioning, you just end it with the command throw, and you're instantly where you want to be. You can do gimmicky setups into the D version, like if they're blocking, you can just do, hey, you were asleep at the wheel. It's not something to throw out always. You can kind of mix it up if you think you're going to jump with the C Vapor Cannon or try to catch them jumping with something else. But it's a good gimmick to throw out every now and then. It also has the cool thing that it looks exactly like his run stop animation. So the startup of this looks like this. You can use it to fake out people. Every now and then you just get close and then suddenly it's a fucking running command grab. And the running command grab does have an auto follow-up of quarter circle back A. It's a little mini vapor cannon. Now, why would you not want to do the added damage every time? It's the timing that it gives you afterwards. Look how much time you have to position yourself when you don't do it. You can shove them into the corner and do like fake cross-up kind of things, shove them a bit, bam, you steal the corner. Or you do the same thing, and you don't quite do it, you low jump into something. This is just for added damage, or the cancel that it has when you do it. So this is important to note. This'll whiff. This'll whiff. But it's there, so you're wondering what the fuck is the point, right? It's on the EX version. That one will hit. The EX version wall slam pops them up a little higher so you can actually combo into the other options that he has. On the regular one, you can only get the super. But you can get either super, which is actually a decent amount of damage. Especially the level 2 version. So almost half health for a command grab. And 2 bars, 1 drive. And the B one is fast enough that you can do stuff like standing A into it, crouching B, which isn't a cancel, you actually just link into it. And you can just threaten poke strings, and just run up and grip them. And then you get exactly the positioning you want with Max, where you just corner them, and then you can just put the down forward C, standing A, and all this shit just to keep them cornered. The one thing to know about this grab is it doesn't have the greatest range. As you can see, you kind of just have to be on top of them to land it, so it's not as generous as other command grabs in the game. But the fact that you can corner them instantly, I think, makes up for that. One thing to note is you can set up a safe jump attempt off of not doing the follow-up by instantly whiffing that, and then doing either jump in C or D, depending on the character. If I remember my testing, which was sloppy at best, it can safe jump, I think, even 3-framers if you do the D jump in. So you do that, and then something like that. You just instantly whiff, and you just drop that shit on their head. Test it out yourselves. There's some characters you don't want to do this to, and there's some times where you probably just want to get the free damage anyway off of the command follow-up. So it's up to you to decide when you want to go for shenanigans after the wall throw. Because you have a shit ton of time to move around if you don't do the follow-up. You can even do the old rolly-do. So that's pretty cool. Oh, and on the EX one, since the follow-up is cancelable, you can go into EX wall slam. So you can do the around the world combo. It's half health, it's a waste of meter, but it looks cool as fuck. So keep that in mind. And does he have any other specials? No. On to supers. There you go. Double quick circle forward A. C. Do the same thing. This is a bit faster than you think, and it hits way further than you think. And the entire time he's flashing, he has auto guard. This thing is really good if you get a counter hit, because not only does it do shit tons of damage, it also gets this really floaty wall bounce. So you can just do whatever the fuck you want. You can even do this. Manual activation combos. Those shits are fucking tight. The B, or the EX version, I'm sorry, of the Super doesn't have auto guard, but it's super fucking fast. Unfortunately, the Maxima frame data is not available on that chart that people have made, but due to my own testing, I've figured out that this thing is 3 frames, which is really fucking fast. It punishes a shit ton of things in this game, and it can combo off lights. And it does a shit ton of damage. For 2 bars, you get close to 400. There you go, just a simple stand C into it. Yeah, simple bread and butter. There you go. Almost 60% health. This is a really, really good super. And this is what I mean when most characters can't match Maxima's damage output when they're going up against starting character Maxima. Like, you're both not going to have that much resources, you may not have HD, and you may not have full meter, but the damage he gets for 1 or 2 bars is really gross compared to the rest of the cast. Especially for something that's so simple to do. It does have this really weird property, which I think I saw in one of the Persona combo videos, where the last hit of the EX Super does this. Oh, I gotta counter hit. Restart. Whiff, whiff. Yay! Weird anywhere juggle property. Why is it not working? There you go. It's super gimmicky and it's not something you should go for, but it's there. If you ever want to get a showboat and you want to just waste meter and make somebody look bad, that's what you do. Because if you really want to be stupid. Shoutouts to meter wasting. So this is something to keep in mind. It's good to throw out as punishes. Like, there's a bunch of moves like Iori's Rekkas or sweeps that people think are safe that you just throw out willy-nilly, that you can just fire this off afterwards and make them pay for it. And then we move on to GMX, which arguably is one of the better ones in the game. It's pretty fast, fills up the whole screen, does a shit ton of chip damage, and it does have, as you can see there, a bit of an unscale hit at the end. Nothing huge like the Trim one, but having 120 damage as unscale at the end is going to be really key to finish people off. Oh, one thing to note about his Neomax is if you cancel into it like that, there's an anywhere juggle. Another little neat trick. And his combos into Neomax are really simple. Pretty much super Neomax, and depending on how much meter you have available, I just did, actually that's a 4-bar variation. This is a 3-bar. Really simple and fine. 800 damage. That's really fucking good for something that's so easy to do. Oh, in instances where you want to chip people and you only have 2 bars, it's good to remember that while you're in HD mode, Neomax is only cost 2. So if you want to chip somebody out, you can definitely just pop this at full screen and then make your chest. Oh, I didn't go over his regular throw. The old drop kick. Fuck your chest. Obviously, standard kind of throw thing. C1 kicks him in front of you. D1 kicks him that way. This is tech roll, which makes it not the best throw when you want to set up kind of mind games with it or pressure. But it's still pretty good for moving people into the corner. And then as far as simple combos go with this character, you have... Actually, did I go over the jumping normals? I should probably do that. Jump A, it's fast, it's small. This move is almost completely fucking useless unless you're trying to do really stupid tick throw setups with it. Or purposely whiffing it to set up throws. This isn't that great. If you're gonna jump in with A, jump in with low jump C, jump in with D, this move's really good. Normal jump C, the old Zangief cyborg splash, give him that chest. These are your moves you want to go to. There you go, cross up. You can even cross up with that at weird angles. These are your moves to go to. And then for simple combos with him, that's about as simple as you get, and that's a lot of damage for that. So it's just down A to that, and do the low option to that, close C or close D into Vapor Cannon, or into EX if you want to spend it. Pretty much the thing to note is know which ones you can cancel into this, and know that that cancels into every special he has. So that's really simple. As far as what to do, when you do land wall bounce hits, it's up to preference. Your own personal preference in this case. Because this does pretty decent damage and keeps him right there so you can stay close and apply pressure. Or if you want to get him in the corner, or away from you for whatever reason, you do that one. Does a little bit less, but you can build some meter with it by doing this. Hey. And you're right outside of command grab range. You can just kind of walk up a step and do that if you know they're going to be scared. Or if you know they're going to do something stupid, you kind of just jump and give them that. This is a really good combo starter when you jump in. So also keep that one in mind. And that's a really simple bread and butter if you do get the punish, close C, or any other button. And you just get to shove them into the wall. One thing to note, when trying to fish for counter hits on jumpers, is the close C will hit twice if it's on a counter hit. And you get a little air reset, which is whatever. But if you see that it counter hits, or even if you don't, you can just do this on the first hit. You can just cancel on the down forward C, and it causes that juggle. And if they're near the corner or in the right spot on the screen, you can get that into a good knockdown setup, and into good damage. So it's something that's worth training yourself to do, because even if it doesn't counter hit, you're safe. Except for maybe like one frame command grabs. Yep. You just get to juggle whatever you want after that. Oh, the other thing I should probably mention about his EX command grab is that it's actually blockable. Unlike the other command grabs. So if you try to do kicks into that, it's blockable and you can get punished. But one of the things to do, if this does get blocked, is just mash standing C. Because 9 times out of 10 people are going to be sloppy with their punishes on that thing. And this will auto-guard it. Or beat it out since it's so fast. It's not something to go for. It's scrubby, but you're going to get punished anyway, so might as well fucking do it. It's like mashing DP after you screw something up. Why not? It's up to them. And since, I mean, this thing isn't that punishable anyway if you're up close, so fuck it. If they block it, you just got to chunk their guard for free. But since this is a hit, you can do wacky things like this. That actually combos. 2 hits, since it's so fast. So that's really cool. And if you're super pimping, you can get that on a counter hit. So if they're jumping around and doing air specials or jump CDs, and you know you can counter hit them with that, you can get some really good positioning and some really good damage for that. So that's kind of neat. He does have some useless combos, like this one. It looks tight. It's the weakest one, but honestly, if you want to clown somebody by giving the old punch to the dome, just do the shortcut I told you, which you do quarter circle back, back, and button. And you get that nice knockdown right there. Keeps him close. Not the best option. It's mostly for showboating. But it's there. What else does he have? Close C is probably your best thing. If I can hammer anything home. Try to get in range, use this button. Other things to note. This thing, far C, is super cancelable, and it doesn't use up any of your drive. And it's actually not that hard to hit. Especially if you auto-guard something and you just let the move rock. Because you can just see it, the auto-guard, see that it's going to hit, and then just start buffing the super move. The level 2 one is probably the one you want to do, because even if they try to cancel into something, this thing's so fast you'll probably catch it. Anyway. Or if you think they're going to do something really stupid, you do that one. And just blast them if you get the auto-guard cancel. But other than having the auto-guard cancel, this thing, it's not that hard to confirm into, and it's really good damage. Unfortunately, standing D is not cancelable into anything, but this has the most auto-guard out of all of his normals. This one too. So it's a pretty good thing to meaty with every now and then if you just want to poke them, or if you want to be super cool, you can go into HD from it. And it's pretty easy to do, since it has so much hit stun on it. Any other things I should go over with moves? I think that's about it. So one of the things to note about Maxima is how people are going to try to antagonize you as a character. So auto-guard obviously can't auto-guard lows, except for, I think, this one. Let me record that. I think this is right. Oh, I'm an idiot. Yeah. Oh, what the fuck? I guess it doesn't. Never mind. So, lows are going to be the thing that people go to antagonize you. So, crouching Bs or crouching Ds or any other stupid moves that are standing, like King's standing B that hits low, are going to be the bane of your existence if you're trying to fish for auto guards. So, how do you do to fight that? You have the old risky option, which is that instant air vapor cannon, as a variation. Or you can just start doing short hop D to fuck with them for going low, which is really good. Or you can start kind of back up, wait for them to get predictable with their pokes, and just counter sweep them. And it doesn't get you big damage, but getting them off you or getting them knocked down means you can start your mix-up offense of, you know, jump in EX cannon, which even on block is going to give you a shit ton of advantage. Or, you know, jump in normal or empty jump in throw. Empty jump in low into combo. The important thing is you want to have people knocked down and near the corner so you can just kind of start your offense. Because being up close against Max is a bad idea. So, things to keep in mind. Basic bread and butter. Jump in with this whenever you want. And poke with these moves. Oh, one neat trick. Let's see if I can remember this. As you see there, that chunk's about, what is that, like 70% of their guard. Maxima does a shit ton of guard damage. Or guard bar, I should say. But the power gauge. Downside of trying to go for people's guard bar so much is you'll see it gives them a shit ton of meter as well. Like, blocking a vapor cannon alone gives them like a fifth of their bar. So don't always do the vapor cannon when you're fighting people, because not only are you going to give them a shit ton of bar, you can actually guard roll right there, and they can really fuck you up for doing that. So don't get predictable with where you place the vapor cannon. Or do the slow one in hopes that they're going to do something stupid, like try to jump out of it or just get hit by it. But don't always do it. You're going to give them a bunch of bar. Unless you're trying to guard break them and they're like already under half of their guard bar remaining, it might be a bad idea. It does give you a shit ton of guard bar yourself too. Or a shit ton of meter, I should say. Like, it's pretty equal to what you get. But this thing alone is kind of a risk to throw out in block strings. Because you get predictable, you're going to get fucked. But you can just end the block string right there on the down forward C, and you're at a pretty neutral situation. Like if they hop, you have good options to stop them. Because you're right at the down forward C range if they hop, or just standing A to anti-air, or even that if they're going to do something slow. But every now and then you can throw it out if you need the meter, or if you need to start chunking their guard bar and beat it there. Like that does a lot of guard bar. He has an exact sequence you can do where you can chunk the entirety of their guard bar off and jump in. Let me see if I can remember it. So that, I think they have to kind of be near the bar. There you go. That does about 80%. I think it's doing this thing, then going into HD off of that, because that does so much guard bar. And then once you break their guard, depending on the meter you have, you can either do the level 1 super, or ye old Neo Max for the shit tons of damage. Just kind of go with what you have available, and how much you want to spend. Any other nuances? Oh. in HD mode, everything is cancelable. So moves that aren't normally cancelable become cancelable. So standing D, as you see there, becomes cancelable. Crouching B, I mean standing B, is now cancelable. You can do that. Which is pretty neat. So it's something to keep in mind as well. Because sometimes you might get the far HD activation, and you probably might have to bullshit your way into damage if you accidentally go into this. Also, another pro tip. When you are in HD mode, try to land as many command grabs as you can, because that shit looks tight as fuck when you got like the blur. It's like, yum. I also made this color to look like a race car Maxima. It's fucking tight. It's like, bam, son. Look at his streaks. Shit's tight. Also, when you're in HD mode, the command grab leads into that, which is super simple. That's 3 bars for 700, and that's not counting starting the combo with. And I think that's about it that I can remember.